Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Cresso, and I want to talk about basically my take on a new paradigm and what I envision in it. Our world is a very large place. We got people from all walks of life, and I want to share to everybody that's listening to this, basically what I envision is a new paradigm is that people are able to work well with one another. Basically, reprogramming their mind. Basically, being fearless. Basically, letting go the idea of this being a law-abiding citizen. What is a law-abiding citizen? Well, you're basically living, or you have to live in a certain way, basically what a small network of people trying to enforce of how you're supposed to live or think. You see, I believe in people being a free thinker. Because you see, and all of us, everybody is consciousness. I say on my Twitter account, consciousness a lot. You could call it God, but consciousness is awareness. It's basically life. And consciousness doesn't really need a structure in order to basically walk a fine line. And there's so many ways to live a peaceful life. And it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort, doesn't take a whole lot of campaigning. I believe that no matter what culture you're from, you're able to basically work well with the next person. And how I could say that is basically, when you realize that life is infinite and there's no limitation to life, there's really nothing to fear. The idea of law and order is a very limited, idea that we created. I don't believe in trying to control people to be a certain way. People, the new paradigm, people are free to be whatever they want to be. And that's the thing that in order for that, it's required that people being fearless. I'm going to boast a lot about the new paradigm because, you see, what that means for me, it's all possibilities. There's no limit. It's basically, it's absolutely pure freedom. I could be whatever I want to be. I know I'm gonna repeat this a few times, but the joy, and feeling and knowing that I am bliss. That's the truth of who we are. That's basically the new paradigm. Is to acknowledge the truth of who you are. That you are bliss. You are worthy. You don't have to live in a tight structural box or try to walk a fine line. Consciousness doesn't need democracy. doesn't have to press on you to be a certain way. You could be whatever you want to be. I do inspire people to basically use your energy accordingly, how you want to. You know, there are different energies. There are energy of joy and productive or creativity, and there's another energy of destruction. And no matter who you are, and no matter what culture you're from, I'll say this, that every being have a common ground, that we all want to live a peaceful life in one form or another. We all do. Yes, we all have different definition, but there's only one true universal, and that is love. And deep down inside of us, we all know what love really is. You see, in love, there's no control. There's no fear. There's no laying down the law. Love is freedom. Love is bliss. You know, I wanted to say that you're not of your human body. You are consciousness. A lot of us, we hold on to the human body and thinking that that's what we are and that's it. You know, and I'm going to tell you the truth, that you're not of your human body. You're in the human body for experience, but that doesn't mean that you're of it. You are much more than a human. Much more. You are consciousness. I understand that there's other things, other ideas suggest that that's who you are, you're feeble, you're weak, you don't know any better, and you know, same stuff that you heard for many years from all types of ideas. But I'm going to say that you are not of your human body. You are consciousness. Religion cannot touch this because it doesn't. The religion idea is very limiting. You know, I know we talk about people practicing. Let's say, you know, they could observe any religion, faith, and you know that's true. You could observe any religion, faith you want. I'm just gonna tell you this flat out: you're not of your religion either. Your religion, faith, doesn't know who you really are. You're gonna have to, you know, I inspire you, my friends, that you want to see what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to discover this within yourself. I create this clip. You know, I create a lot of clips, but this one, I wanted to talk about the new paradigm. You know, I'm inspired by it. I'm inspired by it because this is what I envision right now. And it is absolutely joy. You know, I believe the possibility that everybody around every nation working well together. Because you see, you understand, you see, when you connect with consciousness, which consciousness is in you, you understand that there is no limit. Like I said earlier, the joy never ends. There's no need to worry. No need to fight. Because you know the truth. You know the truth beneath all the stuff that you've been taught in your upbringing and from your religion faith. And listen to these idea of politicians talk about the same old, same old. You could see beneath all those layers of limitations that you heard for so long. And that you know the truth that love is like the utmost highest of all energy. There's no fear. There's no structure. You don't have to walk a fine line. Consciousness loves you, regardless who you are. Yes, my friends, you have the power to live and create the life, the life, whatever you want. If you want to live a fruitful life, then fruitful life there is. If you want to live a destructive life, then destructive that is. But I'm just telling you what it is of consciousness. You can live however you want to live. You see, if I judge you, I'm judging myself. I'm not better than you. You see, even though I told you, like I said before a moment ago, that you can live however you want to live. And you know, I'm going to say that you see, my only interest is to basically inspire you to basically prosper. I'm not going to encourage people to do something destructive, even though I'm saying that is absolutely your choice. You want to do something destructive, that is your choice. I am not saying for you to do it. I'm saying it is your choice. I am only here to inspire people to prosper and to share what I envision, that people working well together. Take a moment, vision with me that how our world working well, how consciousness, you see, consciousness is like a flow of energy. Consciousness is like a nice streaming river of water, just flowing nice and easy. Nice, calm, a nice, easy flow. There's no complications. You see, in consciousness, there's no complications. It's just a nice, easy flow. I'm telling you because I am consciousness just like you. I feel it. I've seen it. Of the real calmness of consciousness, the flow. Everything is simple. It really is. I used to believe that things is difficult. I used to believe that life is hard and there's nothing I could do. I used to believe that. But I was creating my own hell. I was. Nobody else was. I was the one doing that to myself. Because I just basically at the moment, I didn't know who I really was. Life is really simple. And I understand that you listening to this, you're asking yourself, how is that? Like I say, I used to believe that life is difficult. And it all goes back to what I believe, my upbringing, what I agreed to. I agreed to believe this stuff. But do you know how I got to a point where I'm at? That I could literally say to you right now on this recording device, is that because I am fearless. That's it. I am fearless. And I'm telling you that life is simple. Everything I'm sharing to you is the new paradigm. Your ego mind basically suggests that life is hard. We hold on to the ego so long that it is there for a reason, but we allow our own ego to take full charge of our own very own existence in consciousness. That's my take on it. We too busy trying to figure things out and stressing ourselves so much of everything. And I'm just saying to you that you don't need to put yourself in bondage and frustration and suffering. No, you don't. You see, in consciousness, the truth is that, again, you know, everything is light. Everything is easy, a flow. When you decide to shift into that, you will see right away how your life, how you think, everything changes. I just wanted to basically express to you about the new paradigm. I know a lot of you probably heard about the new paradigm from different sources, and you probably, you don't think of it highly of the idea of a new paradigm. I want to talk more about the new paradigm than the old ideas. And I'm talking about the old systematic ideas that we cling on to so much that we think that this is the only way to live in our society. I just, through this clip, I just expressed to you a vision. I'm passing on what I envision of a brand new world. And you know what? All that, it can happen right now. It's all a decision. It's a decision what we want to do. It really is. I'm going to create more clips, and I'm going to continue inspiring people because this is my passion. This is my passion. I enjoy doing this, and I didn't say this early, but I'll listen to my radio while I'm driving right now, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is what I'm gonna share to you. What sparks me? In other words, what inspires me? I've heard things on the radio about democracy and all that, and you got people affirming about people being poor and people being trapped, and this whole thing about, for example, about Obama's making a speech about terrorism and all that. I'm gonna say this, people. None of you are poor. Okay? Each and every one of you are prosperous. Okay? Well, prosperity. That is the truth. This is not my opinion. My words are valid, just like anybody else's words is valid. Okay? But I'm going to express this to you, and you can take my words or not. Everybody is prosperity. I have a simple, everything that I shared to you in my clip so far, I just pass a formula, pass it on to you that it basically could easily wipe away of the idea of terrorist organizations, that this government that we created try and try and try, and you wonder why is the terrorist organization still there? Well, you know, it all goes back to how we all feel. I tell you the truth that when you connect with consciousness, which is in you, and understand the flowness, the calmness of consciousness, you really think for a moment that you're going to do something destructive. You choose to do that if you want to. But I'm going to say this. If I had a choice of calmness and a nice, easy flow and enjoying life, I will pick that over some idea of trying to blow myself up or blow people up, whatever, or try to scare people. I will also share to you that fear is one of the lowest energy in the universe. Yes, fear does exist, but it's the lowest energy of all. You all, every one of you, you see, your own belief systems and your ego mind is going to try to block it. Try to say this is the only way. You got to fight. You got to do all kinds of things to try to be known or whatever to make my mark. But beneath all that, everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to enjoy life. Again, like I was telling you earlier, you're too busy trying to figure things out too much. You're stressed out. I want to inspire you to just relax, breathe, enjoy life, work well with everybody. Each and every one of us have a belief system. But if we all connect together in consciousness, you will witness the most unbelievable power of all. There's no division in consciousness. There's none. You're free to be divided, but I'm telling you the truth, there is no division in consciousness. Everything's connected. I do believe what I'm doing because I know who I am. I am consciousness. You really can't top that. There's really there's nothing to top that. Infinite love, freedom, joy, bliss, knowing that I am worthy without trying to earn anything. I don't have to earn nothing to say that I am worthy. I am worthy. It just is. Our upbringing suggests that we have to earn something to be to get some recognition. My friends, you don't have to do a darn thing. You are worthy. You are. The upbringings that we hold on to doesn't really bring us any high joy. Maybe from some momentarily, feeling, but not in the long run. You are worthy. You're not of your human body. Let go of the attachment of the human body. You're just in the human body for an experience. It doesn't own you. It doesn't define who you really are. Life goes on and on and on. Life never ends. So everybody talks about death and worrying about death. Yes, there will be an end of your human experience, and wherever you decide to choose what path you go from there, then that's solely up to you. No, there's no hell. A lot of religion, these ridiculous religion ideas that we created suggest that there's a hell. Yes, you can create a hell, but I mean that's like putting yourself in a little tiny corner for like a timeout or something. But then ultimately, consciousness within you, love, overpowers that feeling in a second. You could be the most baddest individual in the world, and consciousness within you, you are love. You just basically put a layer of a belief system that you have to do certain thing in a particular way. For example, if you label yourself as a criminal, but deep down beneath all that, you are pure. You gotta peel the layer of the belief system that you built. Peel it off and know who you really are. You could be Hitler. And even in Hitler, there's consciousness within him. Oh yeah, Hitler? Yes. The most baddest individual that we ever known in this world. Consciousness is within them. It's all about a belief system that we hold on to. We hold on to these layers of belief system and we thinking that that is who we are. No, it's not. Your ego mind suggests that's who you are. No. You're not of your human body. I came from another humanoid race. It's a much more on a different level spiritually, but that doesn't mean I'm better than you. I saw something in the human race because of consciousness. And that's why I chose to be here. And I came here to also rediscover who I am. And I did. It's a moment to moment feeling. You know, I do my best to explain very carefully, but about what I mean, and I know a lot of stuff I see on Twitter is very different to a lot of you people, I believe the things I shared, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you will understand where I'm coming from, because consciousness is in all of us. So I want to just, I want to talk about the new paradigm, and I am excited. It is real. And, just take a moment and envision and understand that you have the power. You are power to create the life you want and the world you want. You have to decide. You have to decide, what do you prefer? But I'm only going to inspire people to basically to experience or acknowledge love, peace, happiness, bliss. The other stuff, destruction, and all that, that's absolutely your choice. I'm not going to suggest those things to anybody. But anyway, so that's really all. I just want to express myself about the new paradigm, and I am excited. And I truly believe that what I shared to you, inspired you, and you have the ability to do wonders because who you really are. Your belief system that held you back for so long doesn't define who you are. Your religion belief doesn't define who you are. You're feeling like there's something wrong with you. Those things doesn't know who you are. Remember, you are consciousness. You don't have to do anything to earn anything. You are worthy. Period. I know it's a little different from the human mind because we're so used to that we have to sacrifice and do certain things and do monkey flips and do all kinds of ridiculous rituals and in order and not only that, to get approval by other people. You don't have to do any of that. Believe me, You tap in, reconnect. I should have said this. Reconnect to who you really are inside. And you see what I'm saying. That's all I have to say, everybody. I'm grateful to share this to you. Until then, take care.